Thanks to the National Advancement Committee's Merit Badge Maintenance Task Force, most of our 130 plus merit badges have been reviewed and prepared for update. The Advancement Committee is phasing in the resulting changes as the affected merit badge pamphlets come up for revision and reprint. Then in January each year, the updated requirements appearing in the pamphlets that were reprinted during the previous year actually become effective when they come out in the new edition of Boy Scout requirements. During the time between when new requirements appear in a merit badge pamphlet and the effective date in January when the requirements book comes out, Scouts have a few options. 1. Unless otherwise stated in the requirements book or in the merit badge pamphlet, Scouts who have already started on a merit badge when a revised pamphlet is released may switch to the new requirements or continue with the old ones until the badge is completed. 2. Scouts who have not already started when a revision is introduced may choose to use the new requirements in the new pamphlet, or they may use the old requirements and old pamphlet until the badge is completed. Once the new requirements book is released, Scouts who have not already begun work on a merit badge must work with the new requirements and the new pamphlet. It's important that both you and your Scouts have copies of the current merit badge pamphlets. The content supports each of the requirements and is provided by experts in each subject. Many of the pamphlets also have an introductory note to the counselor that informs counselors of safety considerations as well as any training or special qualifications that might be needed for presenting merit badge activities. These notes represent part of the Boy Scouts of America's risk management plan, and counselors are expected to understand and work with them. Merit badge pamphlets are available at all Scout shops and can also be ordered through the BSA Supply Group at www.scoutstuff.org. Pamphlets may also be found in troop libraries or even public libraries, but the chances of finding out-of-date copies from these sources is high. The National Council has been planning for the production of digital versions of the pamphlets, which would be available for sale online, much like ebooks. Watch Advancement News for any developments. If you don't subscribe to the news, you may do so by sending a message to advancement.team@scouting.org. From time to time, it may be appropriate for a Scout to apply what was done to meet one requirement toward the completion of another. In deciding whether to allow this, merit badge counselors should take a case-by-case approach. When two requirements match up exactly and have the same basic intent, for example, camping nights for second class and first class ranks and for this camping merit badge, it is appropriate and permissible, unless stated otherwise in the requirements, to use those matching activities to meet both requirements. Where matching requirements are oriented towards safety, however, such as those related to first aid or CPR, you should be satisfied the Scout remembers what he learned from the previous experience. A counselor's decision to allow double counting, as it's often called, should be driven by common sense. Think about what BSA is trying to accomplish in achieving the aims of Scouting. Will requiring two separate activities for two exactly matching requirements really add value? Or is allowing just one activity a legitimate recognition that the Scout has already had the experience and that meeting that requirement again is simply unnecessary? Some requirements may have the appearance of aligning, but are really only similar. The communication and citizenship in the community merit badges are a good example. Each requires the Scout to attend a public meeting, but that is where the similarity ends. For communication, the scout is asked to practice active listening skills during the meeting and present an objective report that includes all points of view. For citizenship, he's asked to examine differences in opinions and then to defend one side. The scout may attend the same public meeting, but to pass the requirements for both merit badges, he must actively listen and prepare a report, and also examine differences in opinion and defend one side. Earlier, we introduced the advancement concept, no more, no less, and it's worth revisiting. On the screen is the official BSA policy as it appears in the Guide to Advancement. We expect all merit badge counselors to take this very seriously and to apply it in every setting where merit badges are earned, whether at camp, at a merit badge fair or college, or in your living room. In a nutshell, Scouts are required to actually and personally complete all merit badge requirements as they're written. No exceptions. If, for example, a requirement uses words like show, demonstrate, or discuss, then every Scout must do just that. Counselors may expand on the material by sharing their experiences, skills, and knowledge. However, they must not add to the current published requirements. Your duty is to help Scouts meet the requirements and certify when they've been completed. Please understand that Scouts coming away from merit badge experiences with merit badges they did not actually earn is far and away the biggest complaint that Scoutmasters and other unit leaders voice to the Office of the National Advancement Team in Irving, Texas. It is your duty as a merit badge counselor to see that your Scouts get the whole meal deal. If you see situations where the policy on unauthorized changes is not being properly administered, we would ask that you please report these to your Council Advancement Committee. As you can see, the policy on unauthorized changes does make some limited exceptions for Scouts with special needs. These exceptions, however, do not apply to the requirements for individual merit badges. Individual requirements for merit badges may not be modified or substituted under any circumstances for any Scout. Youth with disabilities, however, who want to advance beyond first class may be approved for alternative merit badges to those required for Eagle. This is allowed on the basis of one entire badge for another. To qualify, a Scout or a Venturer or Sea Scout must have a permanent physical or mental disability or a disability expected to last more than 2 years or beyond the age of eligibility. They must submit the Application for Alternative Eagle Scout Rank Merit Badges. The URL is on the screen. The application must be accompanied by documentation from a qualified healthcare professional and be approved by the unit leader, unit committee chair, and the district and council advancement committees. Before applying, however, the youth must earn as many of the Eagle required merit badges as possible, and any alternatives must present the same challenge and learning level as those they replace. A Scout must have a buddy with him at each meeting with a merit badge counselor, preferably a fellow Scout or someone else known to him. As a merit badge counselor, you must avoid being alone with the Scout, even for just a moment. BSA Youth Protection Training further explains Scouting's policies prohibiting one-on-one contact with youth. Since all of you have either already taken the training or must do so before you begin counseling, there's no need to discuss this further except to say youth protection is a critical issue that we know you will all take seriously.